Awake the bearable weep of nothing hurting. Awake murder's face of ignorance. Awake waterfalls, the handsome friends. Awake racial segregation, dumb fairy tales. Awake benefaction, benediction, the love.
In 1999, Martin and I met in the wonderful little city of Wiesbaden, which is close to Frankfurt. We both started to study there in marketing school, and we directly realized that we have quite a lot in common. He was totally mad about electronic music, I was totally mad about electronic music. We were both passionate collectors of electronic music. We had both quite impressive records collection, which also melted together over the time, and he influenced me a lot.
I got infected with Chicago music house beginning of the 90s, while Alex is more from the techno-trancey side of things. We were both like fanatic record collectors, so we hooked up immediately and became close friends.
My first role model was my 12-year-old brother, who was in the 80s high-energy music, 80s disco, synthesizer sound, and I had a total crush on synthesizer music, and this stayed, well, more or less for the next 20 years. Music always distracted me from my work. I knew at this point I have to do something with music, because this is what gives me the most motivation, and this is where my heart is. Well, and then popped the idea up that I want to start a label, and I contacted Martin, and I also spoke to my wife Chymera, who is also very important for the whole development and the start of Connaisseur recordings. We sit together, we work on the idea, we develop the name, we develop the whole corporate identity, and around one year later we had our first release.
We released our first catalog number, which was Eve by Day by Patrick Chardonnet, and we're really surprised that we actually had a huge hit with our first release.
Connaisseur was always more directly from the beginning we knew Connaisseur is not only a record label, the idea of Connaisseur has been not only a record label. We always saw Connaisseur more as a roof, and under this roof several things can happen.
We can have everything from art, fashion, even food.
Don't go away.
We're not interested in short-term trends or following some zeitgeisty hypes. We're more interested in releasing timeless music. So maybe in 10 years you can pull out the record out of the shelf and it's still music that you can listen to, and it's not like that, ooh, that was 2002 or something. Is to establish long-term relationships with the artists, like picking an unknown artist and developing and growing with him over years and years. Kollektiv Turmstrasse, for example, we started with releasing a 12-inch which was called Tristesse, and which was a huge success, and saw how the guy slowly developed into an album act. And finally in 2010 we released their debut album Rebellion der Träumer on Connaisseur. We have chosen the name Connaisseur for the following reason. Like in the original meaning, a connoisseur is someone who's really nerdy and enthusiastic about one thing. it's like the true love and addiction for collecting vinyls and all that related stuff.
Hello, my name is Ralf. I'm taking care of Paradise Distribution, and Connaisseur is not just a label for us. It's more. It feels like a brand. It's a creative cell which is open for all the new ideas, and I really enjoy the work with Alex and Martin. Yeah, Connaisseur just makes fun.
I know you're there, makes my heart sing. 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 I know.
Alright, hello, we are of Norway.
Hi, I'm
I'm Chris. Yeah, and I just wondered, how did we first get in touch with Connaisseur recordings? Because I remember we were making music, and one day we were on MSN, work, pretend to work, chatting with each other, and Vegard says, "You'd never guess we signed a track on Connaisseur recordings." And I was going, "That's excellent, but how did that happen?" Because I remember that was a track called Skogen Kallet, which is in English means the call of the woods. It's kind of a weird track we made. It sounds a bit weird now. It's kind of murky and chuggy. It's a nice track. I really don't know how did we get in touch with Alex or Connaisseur.
We have to cut this because I don't remember. I'm sorry.
Yeah!
I kind of think of myself as a bit of an outsider. I'm an outsider in life and I'm an outsider in music. I don't make super hyped music, and I don't make super trendy music, and I don't make super purist music or any of that kind of thing. I'm kind of halfway in between there, but off to one side. I'm an outsider. And I think that Connaisseur as well is a bit of an outsider label too. So we're a good match.